Hey everyone, so it's been a couple weeks since we've been in the hives. So in that time frame, we've seen some new bees, the eggs being laid, bees starting to emerge. So now the bees are at a point where they're going out and foraging. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about communication amongst the bees. Communication plays a huge role in the health of the hive, along with multiple other aspects. So in today's video, we're going to talk about that. So let's go check out the bees. All right, so communication plays a huge role inside the hive. Now the bees communicate through touch and feel, because what ends up happening is inside the hive, it's completely dark. The bees will use propolis to seal up all the edges, and they have no visual cues on where to go. So by touch and feel determines how the bees are to go to their food source. Now there's two types of dances that the bees will do, a round dance and a waggle dance. Both give information of the quality and where the food source is. The waggle dance, on the other hand, will give a more precise direction of where to go. So the round dance is performed by the bees moving a short distance, shaking their abdomen, and then rotating back around, shaking their abdomen, rotating back around. They'll go to the left, then to the right. And the round dance is performed for a 300-foot radius from the hive of where the food source is. Now, what ends up happening is, as quickly as the bee shakes its abdomen is the quality of the food source. So if it shakes the abdomen very rapidly over a period of time, that then tells the rest of the bees, hey, this is a good source, we need to go here. What then happens is, after that information is conveyed over to the other bees, the bees that are next to this dancing bee will go out and they will confirm, hey, this is a good food source, and then come back and they'll do a waggle dance as well. Now, anything that is further than 300 feet away, the bees will do a waggle dance. Now, the waggle dance gives a little bit more information than the round dance. So in the waggle dance, the bees use the sun as a key component for giving off information. So the waggle dance, the bees will move up the frame, they'll shake their abdomen, very similar to the round dance, rotate back around, rather than the round dance where they're shaking their abdomen all the way around, coming back to their starting point. The waggle dance, they will waggle their abdomen up, then they'll come back around. During that time that they're coming back to their starting point, they stop dancing, and then they continue on shaking their abdomen up and then coming back around. The frequency of them shaking their abdomen shows the quality of the food source, along with the distance that they move from the comb. On the comb is telling them how far that the food source is, and now the angle of how they're traveling shows how far or what direction they need to go. So what ends up happening too is the bees use the sun as a crucial piece of information to tell the rest of the bees where in relation to the sun is the food source. So if the bees know that the food source is straight out from the hive towards the sun, they will dance straight up the frame. Now, if the food source then is, say, we're going to use 30 degrees off to the side of the sun, they'll then dance on an angle from the sun to the hive. They will then travel on a 30-degree angle out to their food source. Now, the question you might wonder is, okay, so the sun is constantly moving. Does that mean the dance change? yes, it does change in relations to the sun when it's moving. So as the sun moves, that angle on the frame will then change for the bees. So that's what we're going to be looking for today inside the hives, with them communicating, and along with if we need to add more boxes to see if to give them room to work. So we're going to go into the hives now. Let's hope we see some dancing bees. There we go. Right here. Giving off some information. Oh, and look, here's the queen too. And next to her you can see this one here giving some, that's a waggle dance, it looks like, not the round dance. So going straight up and then up the comb. So if the sun is straight ahead, looks like it's 30 degrees out. That's where the pollen source is. We have a bee being born, opening up. Right here, we got 1, 2, 3 bees, actually 4. They're eating their way out. You can see a little antenna opening up. What we're going to do is we're going to assist it. Give it a little boost. Coming out. Here she comes. Here comes the worker bee. Come on out, little one. Here she, oh, not yet. Here she comes. Here she comes. And then as soon as she opens her wings, that's like her first breath of air. There it is. Welcome to the world, beautiful. Alright, now I gotta put a queen excluder on this so that the queen doesn't come up into the honey area and lays eggs. So we're gonna put that on now. Queen excluder does not allow the queen or drones to come up into the honey area. So the queen will stay down and she'll be laying her eggs in the bottom chamber of the hive, where the worker bees are going to be able to come up and put the honey, the pollen in the upper portion. Alright, let's recap. So we saw the waggle dance and the round dance. There's not much of a, there is a distinction between the two. It's tough to say, and sometimes, like I had said, if I didn't say it earlier, with the round dance, the bees don't convey as much information to the other bees inside. It might not look like they're moving far, but the abdomen, when they're shaking their abdomen, that shows that the food source is somewhere nearby. Where the waggle dance, they're moving a good distance away and giving information of where the food source is. Anyways, So that's where we're at. The hives look good. We put 2 honey supers on, or I should say 2 mediums on, because those hives were really strong, and they're at the point now that they're going to be bringing in pollen and converting it to honey. So we need to stay on top of that for the next couple weeks or month or so to make sure that we can maximize their productivity. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll be sure to answer them as best as I can. All right, until next time, be safe. Peace.